Many healthcare professionals today see policy as something that's done to them. And I understand why, because for many of them, policy is a black box that has this output from the box where they are affected as practitioners. And having a fundamental understanding of how that policy impact happens in real life and why it happens the way it does can really help healthcare professionals do a better job taking care of patients the way they want to. My in-person, my in-the-classroom teaching effort over the past decade or so has been directed at trying to engage learners in a way that helps empower them about the difference they can make in the system because they understand its fundamentals.
It became increasingly more apparent that there was a need for content that people could access and understand. And we talked about this vision. What could we do to make it possible for learners in all parts of the world to understand what it means to be part of our healthcare system?
So those nuggets of ideas turned into the residential MOOC, which was open only to University of Michigan students, and in doing so, made a very intentional attempt to do what MOOCs can do, which is to involve learners in asynchronous ways in different locations and in different programs, and thereby address barriers that commonly exist for getting students to work together across the great range of schools that we have here at Michigan. The experience of being a faculty member, co-developing a curriculum, delivering that curriculum, trying to analyze the results from the course, then doing it again in the residential environment, then doing it again in the global environment, has done a couple things for me. The really cool thing that I never anticipated, which is that as a person putting together MOOC materials and being on camera a fair amount to do that, I've learned how to teach differently in the in-person environment. Partly by creating new materials, but also about thinking about the learner's experience in the in-person environment.
So at every point in our development, we were looking for different pedagogical techniques and also thinking about formats that we could use that would be both engaging and exciting for our learners so that afterwards they would want to watch what we were developing and that they would be excited to see what was coming next.
One of the techniques that we were most excited about, and I think has played out beautifully in our runs of the course so far, is a simulation game as a way to engage regular members of the public in decisions about making a health plan, putting together a health plan from building blocks.
We also had small group sessions where we had an opportunity for students to interact with different learners from all across campus. We were really looking at a way for them to expand their knowledge by learning from each other and open up doors to understanding content that they might not have thought of before.
There were many different students from different schools and colleges who otherwise wouldn't have been interacting with each other. When we've asked the learners to step out of themselves, they learn so much more than if we just left it up to them. And that has led to better conversations on the discussion fora, better learning experiences for the participants in the course, and ultimately a great foundation of knowledge for them about how health plans work, not just for themselves, but for other groups in their communities.